Do you feel like you're losing your mind? Like everything is your fault, even when you know it's not? You feel exhausted, confused, stuck? But what if the problem isn't you? Maybe you're facing something way more serious. Something silent, destructive, and invisible to everyone else. In this video, we're diving into the 10 signs you are dealing with narcissistic abuse. And maybe for the first time, everything will finally make sense. If you feel like you've lost yourself, stick around till the end. The truth might hurt, but it also sets you free. 10 signs you are dealing with narcissistic abuse starts now. Chapter 1. The relationship isn't kind, caring, or healthy. One of the biggest red flags in narcissistic abuse is the lack of kindness and respect. Instead of feeling safe, you're constantly walking on eggshells. They blame you for everything and never take responsibility. Even when they hurt you, it somehow becomes your fault. Feel like you emotionally owe them something all the time. This back and forth dynamic is what traps you. One minute they're sweet, the next they're tearing you down. It makes you doubt your own reality. Ever felt like you were being too sensitive or overreacting? It's part of the manipulation. If someone keeps hurting you and never shows real remorse, be careful. That's not just a toxic relationship, that's emotional abuse. When affection is used as bait to keep you close, it's a dangerous trap. Have you ever felt like you're giving it your all, but it's never enough? Drop a comment if this hits home. It could be your first step toward breaking free. Chapter 2. You're always giving in to keep the peace. Being around a narcissist means giving up parts of yourself. Little things turn into huge fights, and you learn to stay quiet just to avoid the drama. A simple "I don't agree" becomes a battle. Over time, you stop speaking up altogether. You realize you can't talk to them like you would with anyone else. Everything turns into a threat. If you do this, I'm leaving, or you're so selfish. So you cave. Not because you want to, but because you're scared of what happens if you don't. That's the issue. You're living outside your comfort zone, bending your values to avoid conflict. That's not love. It's control. And often, you don't even realize it until you're emotionally worn down. You ever said yes when you really meant no, just to keep the peace? How many times have you swallowed your feelings? Tell me below if that's ever been your reality. Chapter 3. You're acting like someone you're not. You consider yourself calm, empathetic, fair. But with this person, you yell. Lose your patience, feel triggered all the time. It's like they bring out the worst in you. Sound familiar? Not you. It's the constant violation of your boundaries. You try to talk, but it always gets twisted. You end up in these endless fights that go nowhere, and somehow you're always the one left feeling guilty. Narcissists are experts at flipping the script. You just want to be heard, but you always end up being the villain. They accuse you of everything they're actually doing, lying, manipulating, using people. And you start trying to prove you're a good person. Ever been blamed for stuff you didn't do? By someone who does those exact things? How did that mess with your self-esteem? Let's talk about it in the comments. Chapter 4. You're always cleaning up their mess. Being involved with a narcissist feels like constantly putting out fires. They're chaotic, careless, and leave a mess behind. Emotionally, financially, and socially. And guess who's always fixing it? You. You pay for their mistakes, lie for them, cover their tracks. Meanwhile, your own life starts falling apart. It's like their lawn is always green because they're using your water, and yours drying up. You're stuck in survival mode, always patching things up and never finding peace. It's draining mentally and physically. And the worst part? They don't even notice or care. Do you feel like you're carrying all the weight in the relationship? What is something you've either done for this person that you wouldn't do for anyone else? Share your story below. Chapter 5. Your boundaries are falling apart. Maybe you tried setting boundaries in the beginning, but every time you did, you were punished, criticized, ignored, emotionally shut out. So eventually, you gave up. You avoid conflict at all costs, even when it eats away at you. Your voice gets quieter, your needs get smaller, and little by little, you disappear. Narcissists don't respect boundaries. The more you give, the more they take. You end up feeling helpless, hopeless, and like you're losing yourself in the process. Do you feel like your no doesn't mean anything anymore? Like your limits are just getting bulldozed? Drop a comment and tell me what standing up for yourself has been like with this person. Chapter 6. You're addicted to the relationship. Even when you know they hurt you, you still feel this uncontrollable need to go back. That's not love. That's trauma bonding. A twisted, emotional addiction created by highs and lows. When they leave, you feel sick. When they come back, you feel relief. It's like a drug. Toxic but addictive. You know it'll hurt again, but you do it anyway. You get stuck in this cycle. Worst of all, you start to confuse it with passion or soul connection. But it's not that. It's manipulation, codependency, and emotional chaos. Have you ever felt powerless to cut ties, even when it destroys you? What's the one thing that keeps pulling you back in? Let's talk in the comments. Chapter 7. You're experiencing emotional and physical symptoms. When we ignore our emotional wounds, our bodies start screaming. Anxiety, depression, insomnia, chronic pain. They're not random. They're red flags that something is deeply wrong. Over time, you lose interest in things you once loved. You isolate yourself, lie to your loved ones, feel ashamed. The narcissist takes up more and more space and you vanish. You think it's your fault? But really, you're trying to survive in a toxic environment. It's not weakness. That's burnout. Pure and simple. Have you noticed your health changing in this relationship? What has your body been trying to tell you? Share it. You're not alone in this. Chapter 8. You live in constant mental fog. One of the most confusing effects of narcissistic abuse is mental fog, also known as cognitive dissonance. You love them and hate them at the same time. You want to leave, but also want answers, and you feel paralyzed. They twist the truth, gaslight you, and make you question your own sanity. You start wondering, am I crazy? That's how deep psychological abuse can go. You cling to the good moments, thinking they're proof that things can get better. But those good moments are part of the trap, just enough to keep you hooked. Do you feel like you're stuck in a maze of confusion? Have you started doubting your own thoughts? Let's talk. Your story matters. Chapter 9. Your life revolves around them. When you're trapped in a narcissistic relationship, everything becomes about them. Your time, your energy, your choices, it all centers around keeping them happy or avoiding their wrath. Somewhere along the way, you disappear. You stop taking care of yourself. You lose touch with your goals, your friends, your identity. It's not love. It's control disguised as devotion. You start realizing that you're living for someone else, not for yourself. And every day you feel more and more empty. It's not sustainable. It's not healthy. Do you feel like your life isn't really yours anymore? That everything depends on their mood or approval? Leave a comment if you felt yourself fading in a relationship. Chapter 10. You're trying to change someone who doesn't want to change. You think that if you're patient and loving enough, they'll change. But the months go by, and nothing changes. Or it gets worse. And still, you hang on. But if someone shows you who they are over and over again, believe them. Change doesn't come from you. It comes from within them. Many narcissists have no desire to change. It's time to stop trying to fix them. Start healing yourself. That's the only way to break free and rebuild your life with self-love and strength. Have you ever felt like you were pouring everything into someone who gave nothing back? What finally made you say enough? Let's talk about it. Conclusion: if you made it this far, it means something deep inside you knows. You deserve better. No one deserves to live in fear, guilt, or confusion inside a relationship. Recognizing the signs is the first step to getting your life back. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these signs hit the hardest? Sharing your story might help someone else feel seen. If this video helped you in any way, hit that like button. It lets us know this content matters. And if you're ready to keep growing and healing, subscribe to the channel. You are not alone. You have a voice here.